Modders are adding futuristic vehicles in Wild Wild West Old Century games. In the ever-evolving world of gaming, the role of community modders has become increasingly significant, especially in older or niche genres like Wild West-themed games. These games, traditionally grounded in a rugged 19th century aesthetic, are now being reimagined with futuristic vehicles that would be more at home in a sci-fi dystopia than a dusty frontier town. This unexpected fusion not only refreshes dated titles but also invites players to re-engage with familiar worlds from a new, imaginative perspective. The motivation behind this trend seems to stem from a desire to break conventional genre boundaries. For years, Wild West games like Red Dead Redemption or Call of Juarez have operated within strict thematic limits: horses, revolvers, and steam trains. By introducing elements such as hover bikes, armored drones, or even time-traveling vehicles, modders challenge the norms and experiment with cross-genre creativity. This allows for a gameplay experience where cowboy duels can be interrupted by flying cars or where train heists involve maglev locomotives. This genre blending also taps into a broader cultural fascination with alternate histories. What if the Wild West had access to 22nd century technology? Such thought experiments allow for both critique and celebration of historical narratives, revealing how myths of the Old West can evolve when juxtaposed with the hypermodern. In essence, these mods become more than just cosmetic add-ons. They become speculative fiction engines that reimagine America's frontier mythos. Moreover, modders often use these futuristic additions as a form of satire or commentary. A steam-powered sheriff's mech or a solar-powered wagon hints at contemporary concerns with energy, technology, and law enforcement. By inserting these elements into games otherwise locked into antiquated ideologies, modders encourage players to consider how far society has, or hasn't, progressed, and what it means to impose modern tech onto old paradigms. Technically, the process of modding Wild West games to support futuristic vehicles is an impressive feat. Most old-century games weren't built with hovercraft or jet propulsion in mind, requiring modders to reconfigure physics engines, redesign AI behavior, and often rewrite major game files. It's not merely about skin swapping, it's about adapting systems to support fundamentally new mechanics. In doing so, modders act as both engineers and artists, pushing the original design beyond its limits. Player reception to these mods tends to be polarizing. Purists may argue that the historical integrity of these games is compromised, seeing the mods as a dilution of the gritty realism the genre is known for. Others, however, revel in the sheer absurdity and freedom the mods allow. For them, racing through desert canyons in an anti-gravity speeder while wearing a 10-gallon hat isn't a contradiction. It's the ultimate expression of gaming as a sandbox. This phenomenon also reveals much about the shifting expectations of modern gamers. While narrative coherence and thematic authenticity are still valued, there is a growing appetite for personalization and chaos. Modders understand this and exploit the open-ended nature of digital spaces to create experiences that are as surreal as they are engaging. The result is a kind of postmodern playstyle where anachronism isn't a flaw but a feature. As modding tools become more accessible and communities grow more sophisticated, it's likely we'll see even more radical departures from historical fidelity in old-century games. Already, there are mods that pit robotic outlaws against cybernetic marshals or convert saloons into neon-lit arcades. This not only keeps aging titles alive but also spawns new subcultures within the gaming community. Interestingly, developers are starting to take note. Some newer Western-themed titles now include light sci-fi elements or release modding kits specifically designed to support futuristic expansions. The once rigid boundaries of the genre are beginning to blur, influenced in part by what modders have already proven possible. It's a case of fan creativity shaping the industry's trajectory in real time. In conclusion, the addition of futuristic vehicles in Wild Wild West Old Century games by modders is more than just an eccentric trend. It's a bold artistic statement, a technical showcase, and a cultural remix. By merging disparate timelines, these creators challenge conventions, expand the possibilities of game narratives, and invite players into a world where anything, absolutely anything, is possible.